From Birmingham, Alabama to Detroit, Michigan, this Detroit native has been ripping stages since the early 60s. Welcome to the first episode of This Is My Story, This Is My Song with Masheba Webb. A Soul TV original presentation.
Listen, I've been running a mighty long time. 99 and a half on you. I've been running a long time. It won't do.
In this episode of This Is My Story, This Is My Song, we have Dr. LaQuint Weaver.
Coming right now. Come on and put your flex up high.
Okay, now let's talk about your dad. Let's talk about the day that your dad passed away.
Wow. What a day. I'll never forget it was a Saturday. It all began, I had to come and get Dad in Birmingham. He was getting older. And he would have been, he was 92 at the time, 1998, that year. And I came home and I knew that doctors had told me that he needed 24-hour care to be watched over and what have you. So either I could take him back home to Michigan with me, or either, he suggested we put him in a nursing home to be watched. Now, he was able to walk and stuff, but he had a few little ailments. So I told him, I said, Dad, you got a choice. You got to come home with me. I'm not coming to Detroit. I said, Daddy, you got a choice. You can come. Boo, this is my nickname. Boo. I said, yes, sir. I am not coming to no Detroit. I said, well, what's wrong with Detroit? It's cold up there. I said, well, yeah, Daddy, it is cold up there. I said, but we sell coats. He said, we sell them too. We sell all kinds of coats here. I done got you all kinds of coats, from a little boy on up to a grown man. He said, if you going down there, town now, you get you a coat. I said, Daddy, well, then that means that I'm going to have to let you go to this home. You can't go back home. So that worked. So we took Dad. Dad went to the home and got adjusted for about a week. And then all of a sudden he got got ill. So I had to come back to Birmingham again to check on him, and we put him in the hospital. And that Saturday morning, I went by the hospital to see him before I caught the flight to come home. I said, Daddy, I'm going to fly home. I said, I got to go see about Ruby. My sister was ill. I said, I got to go home and see about sis real quick. And then as soon as I get through with that, then I'll come back down here. I'll be back on Thursday. He said, yeah, I'll see you, boo. I said, I love you. He said, I love you too. Had no recollection. That was it. I got on the plane and I came home, and when I got off the plane, pagers were in, the most popular thing. We didn't have no cell phones like we do now, so I was instructed to give a call. So I gave the call back. The hospital told me, hey, your father is shutting down health-wise, and devastated me. So I didn't know how I was going to tell my sister Ruby, but anyway, long story short, I went to choir rehearsal with the Hallelujah Singers, and I was kind of burdened that night. Now, we'll forget the late, great Mr. Ernest Hurst prayed a prayer. He prayed. And when I got out of rehearsal, I got a call from the hospital to tell me that my dad had made his transition. So how am I going to tell my sister Ruby is the question. But she told me, she says, how's Daddy Weaver? I says, I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't say nothing to her. She said, Daddy gone. And I said, yes. She said, I knew it. She said, I could feel it. She said, I'll talk to you later. I says, okay. So I finished his service. That was hard to do. And then 2 months later, the Lord called my sister Ruby home. I was getting wiped out. I couldn't understand what was going on. I really didn't. I was in play rehearsal. The devil made me do it. Regina Bell, Glenn Jones, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, the cast, we were getting ready to go on tour. I mean, man. And I received the text. Same way again. Call this number. And texts kept coming. Just kept coming. Call. My nephew was on tour with Stevie Wonder playing. So I went and called. And I just remember the woman saying to me, are you Mr. Weaver? I said, yes. Is Miss Ruby McAfee your sister? I said, yes. She said, where she was, she said, she's expired. That's all I can remember. I don't remember what happened after that. My godfather, Rudolph Hawkins, said that it was like pandemonium.
I don't know how to handle this, Lord.
They had to tell him all the rest of the details. It just shut rehearsal down. That's why I'm thankful for him today. He was there in my time of need. And then after that, I got that done, and 2 years later, Ruby's son died, Eric. That got me. And after that, here comes Dee Dee. So now, people don't understand why I don't come around for Thanksgiving or anything. When you're used to your Thanksgiving table full of your family and it just dissipates like that, whoa, man, this is hard. You human. I don't have no mama, I ain't got no daddy, I ain't got no sisters, my nephew, my brother-in-law. All I got is one brother that I know that has been with me since birth.
Reverend T. Nelson Miller, how are you doing?
Finding yourself.
Man, all the way from Birmingham, Alabama. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. So, Pastor Miller, what was it like to have a little brother in the home that was gifted from God, that could sing, and later finding out that he could direct like Dr. Weaver?
Well, LaQuint was a gift to our family. And in that gift, I think God just blessed LaQuint with all the gifts that we had to bestow it upon him. And he took that gift and he began to increase his talent and his gift day by day, week by week, and year by year, until he has reached that goal where he is now. LaQuint was a blessing to our family, and he took that blessing and he increased that what God has blessed him with.
So as a big brother, were there times that you had to whoop him? And most times, what did he do to get that whooping?
Good question. LaQuint was a spoiled young boy. And when he came to us, it was a different ball game. I was young at the time, and he was a baby boy. And I was the only one that could put him in check. Wow. Now, his mother and his sister was different, but me being the big brother, I was the one that kept him in check. There was a lot of things he didn't want to do, but he had to do it because he had a big brother to make sure that he did what needs to be done. And so I had to snatch him and check him a lot of times. He didn't like it, but now as he have grown older, he can accept and appreciate what his big brother did to him.
He raised me.
Dr. Weaver is a well-dressed man, okay? He's always well-dressed. So understand that he took his style and dressed from you. Would you say that you and Ruby spoiled, who spoiled him the most, you or Ruby?
That's good. Another good question. Well, Sissy did the most of the spoiling because he was around her more than I was at the time. And when we relocated to Detroit, I didn't get a chance to have hands-on like he was in Birmingham. So when he moved to Detroit, Sissy had an opportunity. She loved him, she kept him, and everything else. But when I came around, it was a different ball game.
Mm. So what about the dress? Let's talk about his dressing style. Because you sitting there in this mint green suit, okay? You looking pretty debonair, got the white silver fox going on. What is going on? Did he get this from you?
Well, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
My brother taught me how to dress, make up the bed, wash the dishes, tie my shoes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So listen, upon you having one of the greatest community choirs of Birmingham, Alabama.
I sung in his community choirs and everything when I want to go home on the summertime to visit Daddy. And he had a community choir, and they were awesome, awesome, awesome.
You allowed your little brother to sing with the choir,
Right.
and you taught him his very first contemporary song, "Up Above My Head." I hear music in the air.
And he taught me my first contemporary song, and it was called "Up Above My Head." I hear music in the air. Now it's considered traditional now, but then at that time it was like a Kirk Franklin kind of, because you didn't do all of that back in the day. You can't come in there with all that rocking and reeling and but we gyrating. No, you ain't finna do that. So he taught me "Up Above My Head," and my mom would say, "Now, Nelson," she would holler downstairs, "Now don't take it too far. Now we don't want to. Now, just keep it churchy." And so we would look at each other and kind of laugh, and he keep right on going playing. But we did it, and it worked for me. Yeah, that's my brother.
Right. Was this a difficult task for him to learn, and how did you handle him learning it?
Not really. LaQuint loves to sing. He loved it, and so it wasn't hard. When I started at community choir many years ago, I didn't have any directions on which direction I was going to go in. But God led me, and I formulated some young people out of the community. And LaQuint was one of them, along with Miss Sylvia McCain and many others. And so we hooked it together and became one of the best community choirs in the city of Birmingham.
Listen, so Mama Lucille played the organ and piano and even taught you and your sister Ruby. So, Pastor Miller, why didn't anyone teach Dr. Weaver to play as well?
Everybody learned how to play the piano but me, all the brothers, and me and Dee Dee. So we didn't learn, but Ruby and Nelson, they learned.
Another good question.
Yes.
I really don't think LaQuint was interested in playing at the time. I'm just surprised that he developed such a great talent that he has, but I know it's a gift from God. What LaQuint has is strictly an anointing that God has given this young man, and I'm proud of him. He took his gift and he added to his gift and has become one of Detroit's best music directors in Detroit.
See? There it is. It's in the bloodline, okay?
It is there.
Absolutely. So now seeing your brother in the gospel industry, and you've already said how it makes you feel, but that is my last question. Well, second to the last. How does it make you feel to see where he is today?
I'm extremely proud because I'm the only one that he has left that can look back and say, God truly have blessed you. Mama Lucille is gone, Dad's gone, Ruby is gone, and a lot of his family members are gone. But God has allowed me to stay around a little while longer. I'm 74 years old, and I thank God for allowing me the opportunity to see him mature in his music and in his life. And so I'm grateful for it. mighty grateful for it.
That's my brother. I love that boy. I love that man so much. I can call my brother and talk to him about anything.
Wow. So listen, I really appreciate you taking this
Oh,
time
me.
to speak with me. I want you to describe your brother in 3 words. Go.
Classy,
Hmm.
distinguished,
Mm,
handsome,
I like it. You can keep going if you have to.
tall,
He's tall. Yes, he is. Hmm. Hmm.
together, well together,
Well together. He'll get you together too, won't he?
and fully anointed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pastor
God bless you.
Nelson.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
And I ask God daily, when I pray for myself and my children and everybody else, just stretch my brother's time. I want him to stay as long as he can stay. Because we have a bond. Me and T.N. Miller, Nelson got a bond. He taught me how to tie my shoes and everything. But I miss my mama, my daddy, brother-in-law, sisters, nephew. I miss them, y'all.
Larry Callahan, Darla Spinner, and DJ.
So you want to talk about these children that I got, all 19 of them.
All of them.
Let me tell you something, Masheba. These are the most lovable, craziest, God-fearing children that any godchildren any man will want.
Larry Callahan and Ramon Williams, the godchildren to the extraordinary.
The original.
The original. The one and only. Dr. LaQuint.
Paul and Silas. Paul and Silas. We're doing very well.
What is going on with you two?
All is well. All is well. All is well.
Ramon is my business son. Straight up, lovable. Daddy, you need something. You know, or if I'm mad, or if I do something, or if I say something, Ramon is coming and says, now, Daddy, now you just know. Now, you get off a quarter like that, Daddy. She's young, you know. I have to listen to her.
Listen, thank you guys for taking your time to come in here. So listen, what position would you say you hold in Dr. LaQuint Weaver's life? Go ahead. Go ahead, Larry.
Well, I am I believe the second oldest guy. No, I'm not second old, but I'm the second original.
Larry is my I don't know what to say. Larry just loved to make folks laugh, you know, constantly. I think Larry picked some of that trait up for me. He's gonna make you laugh. And sometimes I just have to get on Larry and say, hey, just hush, you know. But Daddy, you know, I said, just hush, just leave it alone, you know. So Larry gonna make you laugh in church.
I'm the original.
Yeah.
Now, what about you, Mister?
I have the wonderful position of being the oldest.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lawgiver.
Okay.
The confidant.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's big brother.
Okay. Is Larry the brat of the family? Is he the brat?
He
the
is.
brat son?
He is the
He's
brat.
Son.
He is the
And
brat.
is Darla is she the baby girl of the family?
No.
No. Darla she one of the only girls. How
No,
many girls is it? It's 19 of them.
It's some more girls.
Yeah, it's some more girl, but
yeah. Dollar is
the original.
Oh, she's the
Yeah,
original.
she came here rap y'all.
Yeah, that's my baby.
She's cool.
Yeah.
We love her.
Okay, so what type of guy dad is Dr.
He is. He is. He is. Okay.
They come to me for advice, and I try to walk and live in a way in which that they will be respecting me as their godfather. Very seldom do you hear them say godfather. It's either pops, daddy, or pop, or Paul, or something like that. You know, you'll never get the God. You know.
No, he's a loving godfather. He is a loving mentor. He is not a yes man. He will definitely tell us when we are wrong. There's a chair. I don't know if anybody talked about the chair.
Yeah.
The black chair.
The black chair.
Oh, sorry.
Absolutely.
There's a chair of correction that you don't want to sit
I
there.
was in it without being in it.
Okay, so you don't want to sit there, but he is a loving mentor, a loving godfather. He always gives us good instruction and good guidance, and he's definitely someone that you need to have in your corner.
That's great. You agree?
Yeah.
Now, hey, we're looking right here.
Is he absolutely? Is he stern?
He is stern. That's that Taurus in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's super, super stern, but it's lovingly stern. It's not. It's you don't leave his tutelage, his correction, feeling put down. It's the goal is to lift you up and make you stronger.
Always.
So, has there ever been a time in your guys' life where you needed advice, guidance, and perhaps he's really been like a daddy figure in your life? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So, both of us are like musically involved. Like Larry has a group. I managed groups before, and like when it's time for us to record or to need music, he is like the tell-all be-all of all things, from the studio, from productions to copywriting, infringement, and everything, all in between. Daddy is your go-to person.
Right.
So like, from that perspective, absolutely, yeah, he's the go-to person. Yeah,
he's definitely the go-to. He's definitely one of the goats in my life. He's not replaceable. And we've had some moments that we've, like, well, I ain't going
to with him
like that,
yeah.
But I always found myself back in his presence because, that's what the family fall out, family fall out, but we always fall back in, and I know sometimes his correction is kind of hard sometimes, but I know it comes from a good place. So it's things at the moment, and you kind of go away angry, but then you know that it comes from a place of love. So that's what draws you back to him.
Absolutely. Now listen, musically, how would you guys describe your godfather?
He is one of a kind. I think that he is a genius, actually, and I think he's often underrated. Often kind of like overlooked. Unsung, for sure. Yeah. What he has to offer the kingdom musically is literally unparalleled.
Yes.
His mind is he's a genius. Actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, he is definitely a genius. And as my brother Ramon says, I think he's overlooked. I think he hasn't got the just credit that's due, because the stuff that people are doing and have done is because they watched them before. You know what I'm saying? I won't name names, but there's quite a
pattern sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need a pattern.
Yeah, and so and he's definitely a trendsetter.
Yes,
he's definitely a trendsetter.
Big choir,
uniforms,
parts,
harmonies.
Yeah,
definitely a trendsetter. So yeah, he is a unique individual.
My God, now listen, has he ever worked with any of you, musically, and how so?
Oh, it's not a project that goes by that I don't ask him to, hey, listen to this. What you think about this? He sang on a couple of my projects, and it's all before I release anything. I was like, hey, listen to this. What do you hear? Because sometimes, we can listen to our own music so much that it becomes like a deaf ear, and we miss stuff. He's like, hey, you need to turn this up in the mix. You need to turn this down. You need to bring this up. So yeah, it's nothing I do musically that he has not touched.
And for us, like when I was managing New Mercy, not only did he help co-produce the album, but we recorded some of his songs too. Let God Do His Job, King of My Life, because we had to dig into his catalog of music because it was just so vast. And so not only did we were able to use his music, he was there like from I called him in midpoint, lead up to the recording. Let's fine tune this. I can hear what they're saying there, and like he was everything that we needed to successfully release that project.
Of the dance show that Uncle Q danced on.
The same.
Same.
And who is Uncle's idol in the gospel industry?
Donovan.
And the Hawkins
Walker
family.
Hawkins.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You guys, thank you so much for taking
No,
your time.
welcome.
Come see me. I love you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Darla is my second oldest daughter. Annette is the oldest. Annette is a sweet young lady, and I love her. But that Darla sees after her daddy. I mean, every holiday, every holiday, or just a call to say, "Daddy, I need to talk about something." I was so gladly proud when my good friend and brother Ricky Dillon invited her to become a part of the sensational, dynamic New G. All right, so she's now. I think it's been like 13, 14 years now that Darla's been singing with New G. So I'm proud of her. Her vocal techniques are just phenomenal. She sings with me sometimes, you know. Well, I won't say sometimes. She's an honorary member, so she'll sing with us when she's not on the road with New G. So I love her.
Darla Spinner, godchild to the extraordinary Dr. LaQuint Weaver. How are you doing, love?
I am wonderful.
Oh, man, it's amazing to have you here.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So listen, what position do you hold in Dr. LaQuint Weaver?
I am the second eldest godchild, daughter, girl.
And what is that even like?
It is wonderful. We have a bunch of us, but I love it. I love my relationship with my godfather, my dad.
So what type of goddad is Dr. Weaver? Is he stern with his children, and how so?
Absolutely. He's absolutely stern. I can tell you about the black chair that he has.
Let's talk about it.
If you're in that chair, you are in trouble. I've never been in the chair, yay, but I've sat in it voluntarily just to talk when I go over there. But my father does not play when it comes to his God kids or us representing the kingdom of God in all that we do in our actions. And if he needs to reprimand you, has absolutely no problem with getting you into the black chair and letting you know what you did, what was wrong, and a solution to come up to solve it as well.
So has there ever been a time in your life where you needed advice and guidance, and perhaps he had to really be a daddy figure? And would you tell us about it?
Absolutely. There's several things, but the one thing that sticks out to me was I sang with Ricky Dillard and New Generation and New G, and my first choir robe. I had a function, and I could not afford to buy my robe, and he bought my robe for me. That was my first. He bought me a robe, so it was just that was just an awesome feat for him to do for me, and I've never forgotten that. And of course, we have so many conversations. He's so real and easy to talk to. He understands, and yet still we remain respectful with him, and he's just a wealth of knowledge, especially when it comes to anything music. He knows a little bit of everything.
So musically, how would you describe your godfather?
A genius. He's a musical genius.
Is there any other way to describe him?
I've never seen a person just do like he taught a song in a rehearsal I was in with no music, but he taught the kids had never heard it, and he taught that song like in a matter of 4 or 5 minutes. That's when I knew he was a musical genius at that moment. So he writes so beautifully, and I believe the Lord really is with him when he starts writing.
It seems as if he requires you guys to be very close-knit family. Now, would you say that Weaver's kids are close?
Absolutely.
Okay. And why?
Well, of course, music with all of us, but we are just close knit. He picks and chooses clearly with precision when he picks us as his godchildren. But at this point, it's been years in, and he ain't getting no more kids right now. So yeah, we all close. When we all are in the same city, we eat together, kick it, hang out, do God kid things. Yes, but Detroit, me, Larry, and Ramon, yes, we are close. Very. Larry gets me in trouble at church, but other than that, Ramon, he's the serious one. And then it's again Tisha.
Larry, Ramon is more serious than Larry?
Absolutely. He's very serious. Ramon is the serious business minded. Well, so is Larry. He's business minded too, but Larry gets me in trouble. So that's just how that is. If I've ever gotten in trouble, it would probably be with Larry.
So who would you say gets spoiled the most out of his kids?
Me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm probably say as far as the girls are concerned, I'm gonna say it would probably be me. But with the boys, I don't know. I don't know. That's a real toss up with him.
Now, Dr. LaQuint Weaver was sitting right here. Mm-hmm. What would you say?
Hey, Daddy. That's the first thing I say. Hey, daughter. That's what he would say to me. And I would tell him that I love him. He know I love him. But he's an awesome person, and I appreciate him taking me under his wing to be his godchild. And he didn't have to do it. And he is somebody to know. If you know Dr. Weaver and the wealth of knowledge that comes along with him and the wisdom, and you got somebody, I just happen to be privileged and blessed enough to have him in my corner as a godfather. A lot of us have lost our parent, father, and he's a father figure. Like, he is somebody to talk to, he listens, he gets us together. He's he lets God guide him when it comes to talking to us, and I appreciate him. His ear to the Lord, and he has an ear for us. His heart is his God kids and his daughter and that peanut. Them you can guarantee.
You got a problem if you ever think you're gonna mess with that peanut. Okay, you're gonna have the whole city.
You ain't gonna have nothing to say to my niece at all. Not one thing.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Now we get into DJ. Now DJ is my baby boy, and they always tend to say, "Daddy, you spoiled DJ and LaQuinta." Well, DJ and LaQuinta, they are like, just like you see Larry and Ramon together, you see LaQuinta and DJ together, and that's just the way they are. You know, they love each other and what have you. But that DJ, well, I did spoil DJ to a certain degree. I spoiled DJ.
Dontarius DJ Moy, one of the God kids to Dr. LaQuint Weaver. How you doing, darling?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm amazed, and thank you for taking the time to speak with me. So listen, what position do you hold in Dr. Weaver's life?
I am Dr. Weaver's baby boy, the godson, the baby
boy. They said you were the spoiled baby boy.
Yeah, I can't argue with them about that. So yeah.
No, my God. Now, who is the leader of the pack?
I would say probably Larry or Ramon.
Yeah. Larry or Ramon.
And Darla. Yeah. Larry
yep,
Ramon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Now listen, what type of goddad is Dr. Weaver to you?
Oh man. He's amazing. He has a lot to do with who I am today. He's taught me so much down the road. I mean, from long talks to getting a shoe thrown at me to sitting in the black chair, but also love.
Wow.
Love.
Now, has he been stern with his children, and how so?
Yeah. Daddy, when you see this, I'm not lying. I love y'all too. They always say that about me though. So
listen,
crazy.
It is your godfather's 63rd birthday. What do you want to say to him? What do you want him to know?
Daddy, this is nothing I don't tell you in person, but you know I love you. I thank you for your guidance, the long talks, us being on the phone to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning listening to old stuff. That means the world to me, and you mean the world to me. Thank you for everything, and I love you so much.
Oh, that's so special. Well, thank you for taking the time and speaking with me.
Thank you.
But they're my wonderful godchildren. I wouldn't trade none of them for anything. They get reprimanded by me. Yeah, they do. Some of them had hit the black chair.
I done heard a lot about this black chair. Look at it. Smoke just rising. Let's talk about it.
Look, everybody been in that black chair. I don't know what you sitting here. Even you been in the black chair. Masheba Webb, right here. You done been in my black chair. And Larry, you been in it. DJ, you been in it. Dale Humphrey, you been in it. A plethora of y'all have been in that chair. And you know, and look, David Williams, my godson, my girls, and Kaja, y'all have made me LaQuint. Oh Lord, yeah, you done been in there too. Okay, Peanut is the only one that has not been in that chair.
Rude. Don't they call you E Natural?
Yeah, they call me.
Oh my God. How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. How you doing?
I'm amazing. Thank you for coming and taking your time out of your busy schedule to talk with me.
Absolutely.
Listen, how long? No, when did you meet Dr. LaQuint Weaver?
Wow. I was at the age of 14. I was 14 years old when I met Dr. Weaver, and that's when I did one of my biggest events or gigs, as they would call it. We did King of Kings. And man, it was pretty cool. And, you know, just been growing with him, you know, from there, you know, on and off, you know, playing and,
So
you know,
wait,
playing with the groups.
You were actually on the stage at the King of Kings with Martha Jean the Queen?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, what was
Absolutely.
that like?
The experience was something, that's when I first got rid of being like nervous and the jitters and all that kind of thing. So, but man, the experience, man, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I truly enjoyed myself. Ministering was something different back in the day, but
Absolutely.
you know, when you with Dr. Weaver, you know, when you're in his directing care, you know, all you gotta do is watch him and everything will work out.
Now listen, I know that sometimes Dr. Weaver can be very stern and
Lord
hard to
have
work
mercy.
with at times. How do you deal with that?
I breathe. I breathe. I take a breather, and you know, you got to give Unc what he wants. Unc is a pioneer. Dr. Weaver is a pioneer when it comes to gospel music. You have to be focused, and you know, you got to leave all the excuses at home, because we can do something in rehearsal one way, but when it's showtime, you got to be prepared. So, man, just being up under him, man, it teaches you a lot. It teaches you a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
but
what
it's cool.
are some of his pet peeves?
Ooh, being late,
What else?
no call, no show,
What else?
not learning his music.
Woo! Them three is right there. You missed the mark on any one of them three. And you might be out.
You know what? I have before, and paid for it, and rehearsed while everybody else went to go eat. Absolutely.
So Eric, you was obedient, huh?
I was obedient, but you know, sometimes, you know, when I wasn't, they got on me. I'm just gonna say that.
So it sounds to me like Dr. Weaver has really brought a lot of discipline in your life.
Oh man,
and helped
like
you stay focused.
absolutely,
In more ways
absolutely.
than one.
Absolutely.
He is a spectacular man, and I couldn't think of any
Absolutely.
better way to honor him. Now today is his 63rd birthday, man.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to him?
Dr. Weaver, happy birthday. God is still not through. He's still not through blessing you. He still have places to take you. Be obedient to his word. Be obedient to what he wants you to do. I love you. I wish you many more, and let's keep going until the wheels fall off. I love being your MD, man. I love you.
Describe Dr. Weaver in 3 words. Go.
Wow. Flashy, an awesome director, and a great uncle.
Period. I love it. Thank you so much for taking the time with
No
me.
problem.
I was born, I was actually adopted. My birth parents are Miss Elizabeth Edwards and Mr. Clenny Wilson. That was taken care of in the early beginning. So even before I was born, the Weavers were my parents, and they were the one and only Lucille and Ernest Weaver.
The Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against them, yes, He will.
She told me and my dance partner, Lorraine, y'all need to come down here to the scene. It's a new dance show going on. We was like, what? Yeah, turn on channel 62. I'm on it every week. So she was down there dancing and we tuned in. And so it was up and coming.
Of my salvation, He needs to be exalted at all times.
Now that he's a grandfather, now he is just living all over the place. And
This is 1 pound right here. Say, Papa. Yeah, yeah. Brenda is like a sister to me, and she don't never change.
To wish him this happy birthday and to show him how much he is loved in Michigan.
Is the Lord. He's the kind of God you can call.
And they had a little baby called Nikki. And Nikki would come to church all the time with Carolyn. Nikki would come to church, especially looking for Uncle Quint, because she knew that in my suitcase, my briefcase, I had a bunch of candy. I tell her,
I'm my side. Whenever I need, He's always there.
Happy birthday to Uncle Quinn.
He's a rock, yeah.
when you used to your Thanksgiving table full of your family and it just dissipates like that. It's hard.
He's been good to me.
I don't have no mama, I ain't got no daddy, I ain't got no sisters, my nephew, my brother-in-law. All I got is one brother.
He won't fail you, no he won't. He deserves all the blood.
I was the only one that could put him in check. There was a lot of things he didn't want to do, but he had to do it because he had a big brother to make sure that he did what needs to be done. And so I had to snatch him and check him a lot of times. He didn't like it, but now as he have grown older, he can accept and appreciate what his big brother did to him.
And Donald stopped and said, I know you know the part. You're going to be dumb all your life. Looked at each other. I said, that's what he gets for trying to be smart. And we would laugh.
I always say, cuz I love you. I appreciate you for all you've done. I know that I can call on you at any time because I haven't called on you at any time. You've always said yes. So man, God bless you. I'm here for you. Give me a call. I love you, man. Happy birthday.
Seeing all the awards that he's gotten, that made me very proud. Very proud.
That's my girlfriend.
Hold on, let me zoom in. The man, the myth, the legend. Dr. LaQuint Weaver in the first episode of This Is My Story, This Is My Song with Masheba Webb. A Soul TV original presentation will be premiering 8 p.m. on Soul